Hi, I'm Mark and I'm passionate about English. Welcome to today's mini lesson. I've got Sonia with me again, and she was in a mini lesson about 2 weeks ago. Idioms connected with being positive. There's light at the end of the tunnel, it's not the end of the world, etc. So today I'm going to ask her a few questions and then ask her to explain some idioms to do with being happy and unhappy. Hi, Sonia.
Hi, Mark.
I haven't seen you since that mini lesson. How have you been?
I've been very well, thank you.
And what have you been up to? So can I just say,
yes.
Both these expressions, how have you been and what have you been up to, are extremely useful. When you haven't seen someone for
we
a
use
week.
them all the time, really, to find out how somebody's been and what they've been up to.
Yeah, well, what have you been up to means what have you been doing.
Yes.
So what have you been up to?
Well, various things. Apart from doing a bit of work, I've been cycling along the seafront, which is always one of my favourite things, being outdoors. And I've also been to the local art centre, and I saw a wonderful Shakespeare production of Macbeth, which was absolutely brilliant.
But you did mention on the phone something. It's not your normal production.
No, what it actually is that it's called National Theatre Live, and they do productions where they film a live production and they send it to cinemas actually around the world. There's dozens of cities in quite a few countries.
Okay.
And so you can see, and they have cameras, they have a chat with the director at the beginning about the play and the actors, and it was well,
where was it filmed?
It was actually filmed in Manchester, in a church, inside of a church, so it was very, very beautifully done and very moving, very moving. Macbeth, it's not one of the funny ones, so it was quite moving and serious. It's quite a serious play.
Well,
really.
The more I think about Shakespeare, it's the tragedies that I like.
Yes.
Macbeth, Hamlet, King Lear. Well, you can't really call The Tempest a tragedy. But I somehow find the comedies a little bit too silly.
Yes,
the history's a bit boring. But yeah, Macbeth is really right up there.
It's wonderful, and of course with this production, it was some of the best known actors in this country. Kenneth Branagh, who's also a film director, and Alex Kingston, who does a lot of acting around the world. So
okay, and I think I interviewed Pete, who has been acting in on Brownsea Island in Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah.
And have you watched every mini lesson?
I think I can claim that I have, yes. I catch up with them and I'm interested because obviously English isn't my first language, so it's very useful for me. I do know the idioms now, and I've known them for a while, but I wish they'd been around when I was learning, because it's a fun way of learning them, and I love the way they're linked with situations that make them more memorable. So yes, I think they're excellent. So not that you're fishing for compliments or anything, are you?
But now I'm on cloud 9.
Are you?
Yes. So what does that mean?
Nice. Oh, on cloud 9, it's obviously high up there, and you're very, very happy. You're absolutely, very, very happy.
Yeah. So that's quite a typical expression, isn't it?
Yes.
Can you think of some other idioms, expressions that mean the same thing?
Oh gosh. I've gone completely blank.
I'm sure they're on the tip of your tongue.
They're on the tip
Shall
of
I
my
give you
tongue.
some clues?
Go on, give me some clues. I'll see if I can work them out.
Heaven.
I'm in 7th heaven.
Yeah,
yes,
so that's
we say
pretty
that.
much the same thing as
Not
I'm on
quite
cloud 9.
as 9, but 7th heaven, yes.
I've got some more written down here. Moon.
Oh, over the moon.
Over the moon.
That's a very common one, actually. I'm over the moon. It just means, again, I'm really happy. I'm absolutely delighted. Over the moon.
Top.
On top of the world?
Yes.
This works better for me, I think, eliciting. Yes.
Okay, so they're
giving
all
me
kind
clues.
of pretty much the same,
Yes,
aren't they?
yeah. on top
And
of the
another
world.
one, I'll just give you a clue. Thrilled.
Thrilled to bits.
Thrilled
Yeah,
to
I'm
bits.
thrilled to bits. Really, really thrilled. Very, very happy again. They're all
Yeah,
really
okay.
just different expressions for being very happy.
How about when you heard some great news and you say, I jumped for joy? Did you
Well,
actually jump?
No, not literally. I mean, maybe you did literally jump a little bit, but no, it means I was really, really happy. Joy is just a very, very happy feeling, and it means, I jumped for joy. It was like, wow, a
You
real
felt
wow
great.
moment.
You
Felt
felt
great,
great.
yes.
All right.
But it's a moment, I think, rather than a kind of ongoing, that jumping for joy. Yeah.
Okay, so these two are a little bit different, but they're still to do with being happy. How to introduce this one? Well, I'll just say it. If you get a kick out of something, so I get a kick out of cycling.
Yes, it means it thrills you, it's exciting, it's fun, you get a real kick. It means it kind of kick-starts maybe your heartbeat to go a bit faster and just to really, really enjoy something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a very famous song, and I know you're not so good at songs.
I get a kick out of you.
Yes.
Ah,
Very
I
good.
can't remember
So no, well, it might be Frank Sinatra. I'll put it on Facebook, but he starts. I get no kick from champagne. Pure alcohol doesn't thrill me at all, but I get a kick out of you.
Yes.
So that means whoever you're saying that to, you excite me. Okay, and kind of using kick again. If you do something for kicks. Let me give you an example. Well, actually, we both know Richie, who likes cycling very fast down mountains.
Yes. Why is that so funny?
I don't know. But he gets a kick out of that.
He does, yes. Again, it's thrilling, exciting. You get a real thrill from it. Get a kick out of it.
It's funny how you think of things when you're doing it. Okay, I've said many times off the top of my head, but actually another one would be off the cuff.
Yes.
So
Cuff
is this bit, usually with a shirt.
Yep.
And off the cuff is, again, when you haven't planned something or prepared
Yes.
it, and you think of these expressions. And that's why I really hope these mini lessons are enjoyable and interesting, because they are perfectly natural. Obviously, I've written down the idioms,
Obviously.
but I haven't thought about explaining them, or you
No,
have.
I think we can tell that neither of us has thought about this very much.
Okay, so here are some idioms more connected with sadness. No, sorry, there's one more to do with happiness. As you can see, not so prepared. It made my day.
Well, obviously it was something that it makes a day. It just it changes how you feel about the day. So whatever happens before or after, it just made the day a special day. Something to remember. Or
What about I'm looking after Louisa, who's sleeping over there
Yes.
on the floor, on the grass, my baby seagull. And every morning when I see her, she makes my day.
makes a day, absolutely. Yes, I mean when I'm actually back in Switzerland, I walk past the local stream, and there's always ducks there, and I chat to them in the morning, and they make my day. They literally put a smile on my face.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, put a smile on your
And,
face, make me
yes.
happy.
Just puts you in a good mood and makes you happy for the rest of the day.
Okay, that's great. What about after this recording, you go home and you say to your friend Sylvia, I don't know what happened. Mark's a bit out of sorts.
It just means something's not quite right with him. He's feeling a bit down, a bit not his usual self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably a bit negative, a bit unhappy.
Yes, a bit down, really, a bit
Yeah, yeah.
unhappy. Yes.
And very similar, he's down in the dumps.
Down in the dumps, obviously, that's almost worse in a way. Down in the
Yeah.
dumps is really quite depressed and down. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's brilliant. And how about if you describe somebody as a misery guts?
Well, misery comes, the miserable, being miserable, and misery guts. Again, just being miserable and down and just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be temporary, or it could be somebody who's...
Yes, if you describe somebody as a misery guts, then you probably think that most of the time they're a bit miserable.
Yeah. Can you...
Yeah.
Do you know anybody who's a misery guts?
No, not really. I tend to probably see people that are more positive and upbeat and in a good
Yeah,
place.
upbeat, that's a
But
good word.
obviously everybody has days where perhaps they feel a bit down. You could say, oh, you're a bit of a misery guts today.
Today, yeah, exactly.
So, yes,
Exactly.
nobody can be happy all the time. That would be a bit annoying.
All right. And I believe your daughter's been watching some of these mini lessons too.
Yes, she's watched a couple and she's enjoyed them.
Yeah. But of course she grew up in Britain, so she's not really going to learn any. Well, do you think she knows all the idioms or
I
not?
think she does because she's bilingual, so she grew up really here. So English is her first language and Swiss German is her mother tongue in a way as well, because obviously I've used it.
So bilingual means you speak two languages,
the same.
well, or very, very, well, perfectly,
Yes,
really,
yes.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's great. I believe you're going back to Switzerland at the end of August.
Yes, I'm planning to go back, to drive back in my camper on the 1st of September, to be back in Switzerland. Yeah.
Okay, here's a question where I can teach a phrasal verb. Have you got anything lined up? Have you got anything planned?
Well, very loosely. I've got possibly a little bit of work, a little bit of decorating work, and then the plan is to see how I feel during September and then decide whether I stay for a while and commit myself and perhaps build up a business. And,
okay, so we said in the previous mini lesson, you're still in two minds.
A little bit, yes. I think which is perfectly natural. I've spent most of my adult life here, but I also have reasons why I want to be back there. So, yeah, I'm a little bit in two minds, but I'm trying to stay in the moment and just enjoy where I am at the time, with the people I am with at the time, and see what comes along and decide as I go along. So I don't make long-term plans, really.
Okay, that sounds wonderful. Okay, so let's finish here, Sonia.
Okay.
Thank you very, very much for doing another wonderful mini lesson.
It's a pleasure.
And you are a perfect example of someone who has learned English extremely well. Of course, not everyone has the luxury of living in an English-speaking country for 32 years.
No, and I think it's also a little bit of luck. If you have the ear for a language, you pick up the accent more. I know people who've been here as long as me, but they still have quite strong accents, and
That is
that's
true,
just luck, whether you can...
Well, you say that, but actually at one point we were both trying to learn Italian and you weren't so good at that.
I think, again, my ear for the language, I can make the right sounds, but perhaps I don't remember the words as well as you, so perhaps your vocabulary is better, but I think my pronunciation definitely...
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next mini lesson. Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you, Mark. You're welcome.